When Sheriff Woods was elected sheriff of Cook County, the county jail was run by inmates known as barn bosses. The barn boss was the toughest, meanest, and most feared inmate on the tier where inmates are housed. The barn boss would have 8 bad dudes as his henchmen. One would be the clerk, and the others work as food service persons and clean-up dudes. They all had weapons of some sort and ruled by using deadly force on other inmates. The barn boss and tier clerk assigned cells, beds, mattresses, sheets, blankets, and decided how much food other inmates would receive. They took shoes and anything they wanted from incoming new inmates. There was no classification system in place, so the weak inmates really suffered. Inmates were raped, beaten half to death daily, with no medical attention unless he would go to court. Some of them were afraid to even tell the courts what happened to them. The barn boss would have inmates hung, and the hanging would be reported as a suicide. They even forced some of the weak inmates visiting sisters and girlfriends into selling their bodies on the streets to pay for the safety of their brothers or friends that remain in jail at their mercy. Some of the staff took bribes from inmates and visitors for almost anything. Most of the staff was some political person, hired to get a paycheck and kick some of the pay back to the politician that got them the job. There were no programs or recreation for the inmates. No nothing. The jail was a hellhole, and someone had to straighten this place out, and soon. On March 14, 1968, Sheriff Joe Woods was fed up with the mess and recruited child psychologist Winston E. Moore as warden, along with 16 prison guards from the Illinois Youth Department of Corrections. The leader of this small but formidable crew was ex-Ranger paratrooper, retired professional fighter, and kickboxer C.R. English. Their mission? To take control of the jail from the inmates. It was no easy task, but trust me, you do best to put your money on English and his crew. Curious about how they accomplished the impossible? Dive into English's gripping story in his book series, Cook County Jail, Barn Boss and Warden Story. Witness the action, bravery, and strategy that turned chaos into order.